Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Erica. Welcome back to the Old Crew Code channel. And today we're going to do a fun one. We're going to talk about having animals on board super yachts. This is an article I wrote in 2017 for Onboard after a couple of summers where the stories were coming in thick and fast. So I hope you enjoy this one. So the owner and his family are about to board. The crew are lined up to greet them in their finest whites. The vessel is impeccably sparkling and twinkling in the sunshine on this lovely day. Then, boom. What the hell was that? Black puffball that just bounced off the passerelle, tore through the aft deck, knocking the bunch of flowers over, breaking a vase and scratching the varnish table before smacking into the glass doors with a wet thud, then flopping into the salon to have a good roll around on the cream shag pile. Oh, great! They've brought their dog, who appears to resemble an oozing cross between Scooby-Doo and a Shetland pony. Lovely. What's that noise, wonders the engineer, bending to inspect the now broken sliding door before realising it's the Chief Stew's teeth grinding. Bringing animals onto yachts is fun, isn't it? So like the beautiful, big, floppy and a little smelly Irish wolfhound Bart, who arrived to spend a week on a 50-metre sail yacht. He liked the engineer best, probably because he was also quite hairy, a kindred spirit, and one who didn't mind stepping over him in the engine room and stopping to give him ear scratches. Bart was such a good boy. He wore socks so he didn't scratch the teak, which made him slide around all over the place, but he didn't mind, and he didn't bark much or make any fuss. When he needed the loo, he'd go to the aft deck and wait obediently and patiently for a crew member to show up, pop him in the tender and take him ashore for a little leg stretch, a sniff and to do his business. Then he'd hop back in and off he'd go back to the boat. The Stews hated him due to his hair and slobber issues, but by all standards he was a little gem compared to various others we've heard about. So there's this owner of a small sail yacht who likes to bring his 3 long-haired cats with him on every trip. And these are those really mean cats that you get, the sort who'd reach out to scratch you or trip you up when you were walking past. And it seemed they intentionally rolled around on every single surface to cover it in as much thick hair as possible. That yacht, it can't keep crew. I wonder why. Lots of dogs are trained to use a bit of AstroTurf for their emergencies. Oh, hang on, my screen's just gone blank. Oh, it's going really well this morning, isn't it? Here we go, right. Should I just leave that in? I'm going to leave it in, right. Because, shit happens all over these decks, apparently. But anyway, so lots of dogs are trained to use a bit of AstroTurf for emergencies. However, let's talk about the owner's bulldog on an old gaff-rigged yacht. Oh, this is precious. Hang on. All right, he'd bang his balls on every step down and let out a little yelp. And he pooped in the winch handle sockets. Nice and easy to clean that up, lads and girls on deck. Yay. Oh, bless that Siberian husky who was brought onto a charter by a rather well-known chap. The poor doggy got seasick, but the engineer says he was still easily the best behaved of all the guests. One to warm your cockles, this one. There was a German Shepherd who was a service dog who loved to go out in the tender for a cruise. She'd go and sit in it and patiently wait for someone to take her for a spin, and would cry if you tried to cover the tender or if you went out without her. The Stew had to hoover 3 times a day, but said she'd do it all over again to have her back on board. Aww. Then there's the big Maine Coon cat who liked to play with water, so she'd spill everything she could just to play with the stream. Probably enjoyed the fact that people would slip over, and then spent the rest of the day sleeping in the dayhead sink plotting her next move. Or the 2 brown poodles who on one trip developed stomach bugs. The horror. Oh, the horror. They were adored, but the chef had to roast chickens for them and their meal prep took priority over the guest food. And they also got helicoptered in and out. One chef tells of a little dog he had the joy of cooking for. He had to put out 3 plates, like restaurant fine dining style, and take away the 2 the dog decided not to eat. And the crew had to applaud when it pooped. I don't know why. It's owners, they made them. I don't know. A captain loved remembering the terrier who used to surreptitiously poop right outside the bridge door for him to step in every morning. Nice and warm between his toes. Not just limited to our 4-legged friends, what about the 60-metre motor yacht, which had the huge fish tank in the crew mess? Fish got seasick on the crossing and died. Did not see that one coming. Or the owner who liked to walk around with his 2 African grey parrots on his shoulders. The chief Jew loved it when they ran all over the table and pooped everywhere. Loved it. Bird poop's so easy to clean and it doesn't damage anything. No. On a serious note now, if you are going to have animals on board, then if you do get the chance to prepare prior, make sure the animals have ID tags on their collars in addition to their microchip, and that they have their passport with them, plus all vaccination certificates, especially rabies. You don't want to get stopped import for the dog's paperwork being out of line. It's hard enough to get Schengen crew stamped in and out. Make sure all animals have a flotation device, and if you have the opportunity, do a good sweep of the vessel and make sure anything at chewing, scratching or tail wagging height is stowed away if possible. I speak from experience when I say we've lost a lot of glasses in our house from our dog's tail. Now, if you're dealing with cats, museum glue down everything breakable. Similarly, make sure there's nothing overly hazardous in reach. You don't want to deal with an unhappy owner with a poorly pet, nor do you want to be responsible for whatever shoots out of either or both ends of that pet. Mind their feet on hot teat too. If it's too hot for your feet, it's definitely too hot for theirs. Get to a vet and get a hold of animal seasickness meds just in case. Always handy to have, even if they are experienced seagoing pups or kitties. Some human brands can be given to pets, but check with a vet first. When they're on board, take it in turns to have playtime with dogs or they'll get bored, and that's usually when you'll find something in their mouth that really shouldn't be there, like someone's shoe or someone's radio or the backstay. And again with cats, give them a little attention. If you can pin them down, then give them a good brush every day, just to keep that hair to a minimum. Embrace the animals for all their hairiness and slobberiness, their claws and bodily functions. You just can't beat a cuddle from a pet. Yeah, like, subscribe, drop me a comment, tell me about your stories if you've had animals on board. And I don't mean charter guests, I mean actual, furry animals, dogs, cats. Have a great day.